What is cyber warfare? Learn what cyber warfare is, how to recognize it, and how to defend against it. But before we get started, hit that subscribe button now. The term cyber warfare refers to a series of cyber attacks that are made against a nation-state with the intention of inflicting it serious harm. It is possible that this damage could involve the interruption of essential computer systems and even the loss of life. Cyber warfare is often defined as a series of acts taken by a nation or organization to attack the computer network systems of other nations or institutions with the purpose of disrupting, damaging, or destroying infrastructure through the use of computer viruses or denial-of-service attacks. At the same time, there is the expectation that efficient cyber threat intelligence technologies will be able to lessen the damage caused by these attacks. What does cyber warfare look like? It is possible for cyber warfare to take many different forms. Nonetheless, all of these forms require either the destruction or the instability of vital systems. Through the compromise of the target nation's fundamental infrastructure, the goal is to weaken the target nation. As a result, cyber warfare can take on a variety of forms, including the following: persistent assaults on the financial infrastructure. Dams and electrical systems are examples of public infrastructure that have been attacked. The launching of assaults against safety infrastructure, such as traffic signals or early warning systems. Threats to military resources or organizations that are being attacked. Do you know the difference between cyber warfare and cyber war? Let us tell you. Cyber warfare versus cyber war. There is a distinction between cyber warfare and cyber war, in the sense that cyber warfare often refers to the strategies that are utilized during the course of cyber war. As an illustration, a hacker who is supported by a state might attempt to break into the Bank of England as a form of cyber warfare, while simultaneously waging a cyber war against England and its allies. Now, let's move towards the types of cyber warfare. Do you know any types of cyber warfare? Here are some. Espionage. Espionage is the act of spying on another nation with the intention of stealing secrets. In the context of cyber warfare, this may involve resorting to a spear phishing attack or a botnet in order to establish a foothold in a computer system before obtaining crucial information. Sabotage. Once sensitive information has been identified, the next step for businesses is to identify the potential dangers that could result from the data being exposed. Included in this category are third parties who might be interested in stealing the data, competitors who might gain an advantage by stealing information, and insider threats, or hostile insiders, such as dissatisfied staff or irresponsible employees. Denial of service attack. The term denial of service, DOS, refers to an attack that involves flooding a website with bogus requests, which forces the server to execute those requests and, as a result, renders the website inaccessible to users who are authorized to use it. A key website that is utilized by residents, military personnel, safety personnel, scientists, and other individuals in order to disrupt critical processes or systems could be rendered inoperable through the deployment of this type of attack. Electrical power grid. By hacking the electrical power grid, an attacker may gain the capacity to deactivate vital systems, which would ultimately result in the destruction of infrastructure and the deaths of thousands of people. In addition, an assault on the electrical power infrastructure has the potential to disrupt communications, rendering it unable to use services such as text messaging or telephone. Propaganda. The purpose of propaganda attacks is to exert influence over the thoughts and feelings of the people who are residing in or fighting for the country that is being targeted. The employment of propaganda can be employed to reveal embarrassing truths or to disseminate lies that cause individuals to lose faith in their nation, or even to feel sympathy for the adversary. Economic disruption. Computers are essential to the operation of the majority of today's economic systems. Attacking the computer networks of economic facilities such as stock markets, payment systems, or banks can provide hackers with access to funds or prevent their targets from obtaining the money they require to live or engage in cyber or other forms of warfare. Surprise cyber attack. These kind of cyber attacks are those that would have an effect comparable to that of the attacks on Pearl Harbor or September 11th, 2001. These are huge attacks that catch the adversary off guard, so weakening their defenses. As a sort of hybrid warfare, they could be utilized to weaken the opponent in preparation for a physical strike, so that they are better off. Now let's talk about the reasons and motivations for cyber warfare. Military. To achieve this goal, it is in the best interest of the military to acquire control of crucial aspects of the cyberspace of an adversary nation. A successful hack has the potential to bring the military of an adversary nation to its knees and gain a victory that would have otherwise been fraught with financial complications. Civil. When a nation's civil infrastructure is attacked, it has a direct impact on the people who live and work in that nation. In order to undermine the opponent from a political aspect, this might be used to instill fear in them, or it could cause them to rebel against the government in order to express their disapproval. Hacktivism. Hackers that use cyber attacks to promote an ideology are engaging in the practice of hacktivism. This type of cyber warfare can be carried out by hacktivists through the dissemination of propaganda or the pursuit of secrets, which can later be revealed to the rest of the world. Through these means, hacktivists have the ability to undermine the standing of an adversary on the international stage, so preventing help from other nations. Income generation. These kinds of attacks can be carried out by soldiers of cyber warfare for the purpose of gaining financial advantage for themselves. By working for the government, people have the opportunity to get payment for the services that they provide. Additionally, they have the ability to subvert the security measures of a financial institution and steal money for themselves. Non-profit research. Research conducted by non-profit organizations frequently reveals extremely significant information that a nation might use to find a solution to a crucial problem. As an illustration, if one nation is working on the development of a vaccine and another nation already possesses it, cyber warfare might be used to steal information that pertains to the answer that the first nation is working on. Here are some cyber warfare history and conflicts. It was in the year 2010 when Stuxnet was utilized to cause physical damage to the industrial systems of an adversary. It is said to have been utilized in the fight against Iran's nuclear program. Russia launched a distributed denial of service, DDoS, attack against Ukraine in March of 2014, which also resulted in the Election Commission of Ukraine being rendered ineffective. There were millions of records stolen from the Office of Personnel Management, OPM, of the United States of America by Chinese hackers in the year 2015. The weaponized ransomware known as NotPetya was also utilized to launch an attack against Ukraine in 2017. Here's an example of Russia-Ukraine cyber warfare in 2022. February 2022 marked the beginning of the crisis between Russia and Ukraine, and the fight is now also taking place in the realm of cyberspace. FortiGuard Labs discovered that new antivirus software known as Viper was being used to launch attacks against Ukrainian targets and was installed on at least several hundred computers located all around Ukraine. The kill disk and hermetic wiper malware strands, which appear to delete data on devices, have also been used in attacks that have resulted in the failure of several Ukrainian enterprises. In addition, a copy of Remote Manipulator System, RMS, which is a utility software application that enables remote control of devices, was being disseminated in Ukraine through the use of phony emails titled Evacuation Plan. Lastly, I'd like to add that cyber warfare is a constantly evolving field, with new tactics and techniques being developed regularly. It's important for individuals, organizations, and governments to stay informed and up to date on the latest threats and countermeasures. Some ways to do this include implementing robust security measures, such as firewalls and encryption, conducting regular security audits and penetration testing, educating users about cybersecurity best practices and the dangers of social engineering, staying informed about the latest cyber threats and vulnerabilities, collaborating with international partners to share intelligence and best practices, developing and investing in advanced cybersecurity technologies such as artificial intelligence and machine learning-based defenses. By taking these steps, we can work together to stay ahead of the threats and protect our digital assets from cyber warfare. Do share your views with us in the comments and make sure to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos like this. Thanks for watching.